And Amanda, speaking of the war in Ukraine, images of the war-torn country are pouring in, and many here in Virginia are wondering, what can we do to help? And there are plenty of charities, but only a few are officially accepting donations and actively helping. Well, joining us this afternoon, we have Julie Wheeler, President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau, serving Western Virginia. Julie, thank you so much for being here with us.
My pleasure.
So when we hear about these types of situations happening across the country, of course, everybody's hearts, a lot of people's hearts just open up. And the first question is, what do we do? What can I give? How can I help? But there are some things that we should really keep in mind when we're looking to help. Can you talk to us about what are those things we should keep in mind?
Absolutely. Anytime we have a disaster or a situation like this, obviously we haven't had in a long time, but the thing to keep in mind is you want to make sure you're giving money to organizations that actually have boots on the ground. They actually have the ability to help the people. They're there already, because it's not a time for a charity to try to set up operations there. So always check and see, you know, do you do work there? Have you been doing work there? And how is my money actually going to be used?
And how can people check? Because there's so many charities out there. So is there a website we can go to, or how do we know that an organization is a reputable one?
Well, the BBB's charity arm is under give.org, and you can go and you can look up charities and see how they spend their money. Do they have proper governance? What are their programs? What do they do? And there are several accredited charities which meet all the BBB standards for charity accreditation who are actually doing efforts in the Ukraine, so it's a good place to start.
Okay. And for donations, I know help comes in all sorts of ways. Some people can give money. Some places they accept items like clothing items or food. How do you know which organization is accepting, or what each organization is accepting?
Well, and that would be checking with them. At this point in time, though, what I've read is clothing or items of food are really not feasible, you know, when you consider the distance of where they're trying to go. So money contributions are what people are looking for. So you want to keep that in mind, and you want to be very careful of any crowdfunding opportunities that you see, because who are you giving it to, and how is it going to help, and who is it going to help, and how are they actually going to get that money there?
Yeah, for a situation like this, are there any charities that just pop at the top of your mind when it comes to people wanting to help out?
Well, the one that was near and dear to my heart was Save the Children, and that is one that has, you know, boots on the ground, has a relationship there, and they are actually doing relief work. But there are several others that do a variety of activities that are active and are going to be able to use any funds to good use.
Okay. And have you all gotten any reports so far about charities or organizations or people pretending to be a legitimate charity? Have any of those reports started coming into your office yet?
You know, I have not seen that locally.
Okay.
I have talked to some people in other areas of our service area where there's like a church that has ties to Ukraine that is doing some fundraising, and there the question is, do you have a way to get the funds that you raise to them? You know, those are the big questions. You want to make sure our money goes and we are actually helping. We want to help, but let's get it where it actually is going to do the most good.
And one more time, what's that website people can check to see if an organization is a legitimate one?
Give.org.
Give.org. And then if they have any questions, I'm sure they can call your office?
Absolutely. They can go to our website as well, bbb.org, or they can always call us. We're there to talk to you and try to help you in any way we can.
All right, well, Julie Wheeler, thanks so much for joining us on WFXR News at Noon. It was
My
a pleasure having you.
That's mine.
And right now, we want to send things over to meteorologist Kara Thompson for a check of our forecast.